human beings? What's good? It is I, Navon, your number one voice for anime hype. And before we dive into this video, I did want to say that this video does contain spoilers about the content that I'm going to be bringing up here, and also that I am in no way, shape, or form one of those deep dive summary YouTubers. I'm most definitely one of those guys who just want to hype up a series and tell you what I enjoyed about it, and then hopefully you'll enjoy it too. So with that being said, let's dive right on in. Yano Koji. Honestly, I could end the video right there just off this man's name alone. So the show we're covering today is called Classroom of the Elite. So it starts off with this main character named Ayano Koji, who's actually a student in this underground lab, but nobody knows it, okay? So he gets sent to the surface world. And here, people just view him as a nobody. He's silent, he's quiet, he's average. You know, he gets 50 out of 100 on all his tests, which already lets you know something's up. Only the teachers really know what's up. They're like, how in the hell does this guy get 50-50 on every test? This has to be a mistake. And boy, is it. So what ends up happening is you find out a lot of events are actually because Ayano Koji was behind it. They're like, oh man, D class, by the way, which is the lowest class at this establishment, is just soaring. They're doing better all of a sudden. What's happening with that, right? So first, he has this conduit who he uses, and she's just kind of like there to like be the headstrong person. He's like, yeah, I want to get to class A, and so on and so forth. So he's just kind of using her to kind of like exact his will, and he's not even interested in reaching like the top class. Like his teacher is actually like blackmailing him through like the first part of the show to like make sure that he, you know, exceeds the A class so she can get like more clout, which is kind of fucked. I don't know why she's doing that, but anyways. Going on from that, so he has this vector, this conduit that he's kind of using, and then also he has like this other girl who's like his ally, right? So what ends up happening, which makes this so evil, is that he sets up these girls to bully her because she's actually been bullied in the past before. So because she's been bullied all the time, she's like vulnerable. So he sets up these girls to go and they start slapping her in the face, and he's just watching from like the upper rafters, just like, what's good? He's like, yep, this is good. He's like, you know, he's like quoting some like famous scientists. He's like, yep, this guy said to do this and then break him down, and then yeah, now she'll be most vulnerable. So then he goes up to her and now she's practically like an emotional slave, but she doesn't even know it. Like, that's how smart it is, because he's using people and they don't even know they're being used. So now we get to the part to where, what makes him so cold? What makes him so sick, Navon, you're asking me? Well, because I know this sounds kind of evil, but he can fight too. I don't know why he's able to fight, but he's able to fight too. Like, I've never seen this man's face get touched. I don't know why. His face has been unscathed the entire series, from like episode 2 to like now. But it's not until like season 2 where he starts like fight. Like, he knows Wing Chun. Like, why does he know Wing Chun? And he's super good at it. He's like boxing this dude who's like 6'5", and it's just tearing him up. He can just do this? Why can he do this? And on top of all these things, this man's a woman beater. Not like a woman beater as in like abuse, but in self-defense, he didn't care. Like, he chops old girl's neck and gets her out of there. So it's just, Ayano Koji really doesn't care about who you are. Like, the only reason why he's here in the first place is because he made sure to arrive last minute to that same girl who I told you got bullied before, so she could be broken down by this guy who's head of like C class, and then come in at the last second, so now she has like undying loyalty to him. So this guy just gets, you know, beat up too, because he's like, you know what, I have like tenacity, so I would just keep coming and coming and coming and make sure that I can get in your way, Ayano Koji. And he's like, let me see your expressions, your fear, your blah blah blah. And bro, Ayano Koji is unfazed. He's like, bro, this is a hassle. I would rather be doing 10 things right now than be dealing with you. And he just beats him up and just leaves. And I mean, what can you say? I mean, the guy's just a savage. And to really top things off too, there's only one student, well, I think there's probably two in the whole series who kind of like know who he is. But there's only one who kind of like knew from the beginning that, you know, Ayano Koji is like super smart, and that's the class president. And what ends up happening is they're having like the student sports festival, and Ayano Koji for the first time like calls somebody out. He's like, hey, you want to know more about me? Let's race real quick. And he keeps up with the class president. And the reason why this is special is because the class president is known to be like this guy who's kind of like perfect, you know, great sports, academics, you know, the athleticism and his mind, his wits, is just super good. So he kind of views Ayano Koji as kind of like an equal, even though nobody else sees that yet in the entire series. So that's another cool like little Easter egg that just lets you know to put some respect on this man's name. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that's gonna be it to wrap up this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, of course, please hit the like button. And I'm also gonna be watching other things as well, and I'm taking recommendations. So I'm gonna be reacting to a lot more stuff and just seeing what the hype is about to a lot of these series. And Classroom of the Elite is most definitely a great one to get into, just to be surprised at somebody's character development of sorts. Don't really know what to say about him, to be honest. Still don't know how I feel about him, but I'm excited for season 3 to hopefully come out in the near future. And until then, I'll see you all later. Peace. So, fun fact, as I was recording this video, it crashed. It's so unfortunate. So now I'm stuck looking at this white screen, and I can't do anything about it. So I had to experience sorrow. I'm just gonna read some manga and come back to it because I'm too heartbroken right now to get through this. It's like, what? It's 11:47. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed.